Hi, I'm Christina Harmon, a local real estate agent here in Orange County, and today I have the pleasure of having Bart Zandbergen, one of the best in his industry, coming to share with us a little bit more about financial planning. He personally comes with over 25 years of experience and has been so dynamic in the industry, being placed in New York Times and Orange County Register. So I wanted to ask some critical questions that I always get asked from my clients, and who better than a financial planner to really set you off in the right direction. Bart, thanks for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Looking forward.
Thank you. So why don't we get started with, where do you see home buying in the financial picture? I know you kind of mentioned a pyramid, and I think that's a great way to kind of visualize it.
Yeah, perfect. So what I usually recommend for my clients is we use a pyramid as our kind of our diagram. And if you think of a pyramid, it has a very strong foundation or base. So the first rung of a pyramid will be your foundation, and I like to see at least 3 to 6 months worth of savings in the bank, and that'll cover any expenses in the event if someone is ill or loses their job. And on the second half is to make sure people are properly insured between their homeowner's insurance and car insurance, and if they need life or disability insurance. So the next rung up is home ownership. So I like that as the second rung, so I think it helps to build with stability and a strong financial future. And then above that, then we get into more investing beyond real estate and savings.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
When coming to you, what do you usually recommend when they say, Bart, am I ready to purchase? Is this a good time for me? Because I get asked that all the time, and I always say, talk to your financial planner, your accountant. They really know your wherewithal. So what do you typically advise?
So the first thing I normally ask is, well, how long do you plan on being in the house? If it's at least 5 years, that's usually a good sign. Anything less than 5 years, as you and I both know, there's cost to get in, there's cost to get out. We don't know where the market is going to be. So I think 5 years is a good time period. And then beyond that, I just go back to the structure to say, hey, do you have your savings? You're properly insured. And let's look at building the next part of your financial pyramid.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And in terms of that pyramid, and if you're looking at a financial profile, what do you usually say? Is there some sort of rule of thumb for a percentage of, say, their income or savings that should really go to their mortgage payment?
Yeah. So kind of a rule of thumb was, we know that there's property tax, there's mortgage payment, if they're going to have a mortgage payment, there's insurance. So I like the 25 to 33%. I think that's a real reasonable and a safe number.
Fantastic. Yeah. And a burning question I always get asked is, tell me about the market, Christina. What do you really see right now? And Bart, can I ask you that question?
Sure. So I'm going to go to the stock market, and I'm going to let you talk about the real estate market. So with the stock and bond market, which is really where I specialize in, we are in the well, I'm not going to say a tail end. I don't know where we are, but we're over 10 years, which is the longest bull market in history. But there's nothing that looks like it's going to be a headwind. You know, the economy has slowed a little bit. Inflation is still low. Employment is still good. But with that, we're still very careful, right? We still take a very conservative approach. But a big takeaway is, in any particular year or period, if you look back for the last 75 years, you can look at every single year and say, this is a reason not to invest. This is a reason not to invest. So the reason people are saying today is the market's been high. It's been high for 10 years. You know, I don't buy that as a reason not to invest, because there's, value of time and money and interest over time is invaluable. And if you look at every single rolling 10-year period, almost in every single case, you will have made money, regardless if you bought at the low or at the high.
In your perspective, Bart, why is it a great time to purchase now?
That's a great question. Let's look at a couple of things. Interest rates are at historic lows. We haven't seen them this low, well, they've been low for a while, but it hasn't been this low historically for a very long time. Taxes. There are very, very few tax deductions or tax loops anymore. One might qualify if their loan is $750,000 or less. You need to talk to your CPA, but that's a great deduction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I hope this was as helpful as it could be for you. If you want any more additional information, Bart has a couple different fantastic platforms for you to take a look at. One is the Zandbergen Report. The other is his podcast. They both can be found on his website and his social media. Bart, any input on that?
BartZandbergen.com.
Perfect. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Feel free to send me a direct message or an email on anything that you could find beneficial, and I would love to cover it.